Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday night training for Elevate. My name is Shelley Fuge, and I'm a diamond leader on this team. It is an absolute blessing to be with you guys this evening. I have been building doTERRA now for just under 2 years, coming up on my 2-year anniversary, and wow, it has been quite a journey, an incredible opportunity that the Lord has brought into my life, and I have learned so much through it. So tonight, as I chat with you guys just a little bit about some things that I've learned, I humbly come before you, not as someone who has learned it all, but someone who continues to be a student and realizes that I'm on a journey too, just like all of my wholesale customers and my advocates are. And I've learned that I'm just beginning to learn what it is I need to know. It's not very epic, but it is what it is. So tonight we're going to be talking about something we hear very commonly talked about in the network marketing industry, and that's an abundance mindset. Mindset obviously is extremely important in this business. It's pretty much the main thing that will get you anywhere or nowhere in life. Mindset is just referring to where your mind is, what are you thinking about? Where are you at? So before we get started with that, I just wanted to let you guys know that we do a Monday night training every week. On most Monday nights, a leader brings to you a little bit of information that he or she wants to talk about that they've learned in their business. We talk about an oil that they've been loving. So tonight I wanted to just point out wintergreen. We don't talk about wintergreen too often, but I thought since we're in the month of winter, how appropriate that would be. So wintergreen is sourced from the leaves. It is steam distilled, and several of the top uses that it can be used for actually is very interesting that it's used for warming and circulation to extremities. You would dilute and apply that to those affected areas, whether it's in your fingers or other areas. It talks about using it for pain, for injuries, for even situations that would be like infections, the bladder infections and kidney stones. Of course, all of that is not compliant, so you would have to use that in some other verbiage, but I just utilize the Essential Life book, and I think most of you have it, so I would use this resource as much as you can when you're helping your people. Also, as a side note, I normally wear glasses. I don't have them on because I can't figure out how to keep them from glaring at the screen. The computer screen glares and then you can't see my eyes. So anyhow, anyways, let's go back to abundance mindset. I wanted to talk specifically about this because I think so often it is misunderstood as to what this means. Abundance, we obviously know that the word abundant means a lot, okay? So I think that we think immediately to abundance being that you have a lot of material things. You have a big home, you have a nice car, you have a lot of money, abundance, okay? So we immediately start thinking about the physical things that we have. And the abundance mindset actually could be anything but that, okay? So when I think about abundance mindset, it just simply means that you believe that really anything is possible. You have all of the resources that you could possibly need to achieve the goal that you have. Living abundantly is something that really comes very naturally to me. I was raised by two individuals that always dreamed outside of the box in their own different ways. They lived their lives very unassuming of what other people thought. They were doing things that were not normal in their time. They were dancing to the beat of their own drum, if you will. And so I had that modeled for me from a very young age, that they went out and did what they felt that the Lord was calling them to do from a spiritual standpoint. And that was really healthy for me as a child to be able to see from a young age parents that didn't go with the flow necessarily. They did what they felt was right. And that is really powerful as a child to be able to show that. So whether or not you have children, you actually have an opportunity here to be an example to youthful eyes that are watching you. How are you going to live your life? Are you going to live it with a mindset of abundance, believing that you have all the resources necessary, all the potential training out there to take you to the next level that you want to be? Or are you going to live in what we call scarcity mindset? That would be the opposite of abundance. Scarcity means that you're always thinking that you're limited. There's not enough people out there. You don't have the skills that it takes. You don't have the resources, all of those things. So one of the things that I love to do, I absolutely love to research people that have done great things, like leaders. I love to listen to the podcast, How They Built This, I think that's what it's called, and kind of go behind the scenes on how people built their businesses or how they got to a certain leadership point in their life. I love going into Wikipedia, which my kids say don't use Wikipedia. Their teachers tell them not to use that as a fact source, which I totally understand, but I like going back to their early life and finding out where they were born and what their parents did and, you know, what makes them tick. And so often, it is that they are dreamers, you know, they believed outside of what was thought possible at the time in which they were in. So one of the people I just recently researched was a gentleman who came up with Coca-Cola. He was a pharmacist and he only sold 33 cases, I think, of Coke in his first year. That fact may be a little bit off, but it wasn't very much. And so, you know, he believed in something that he was doing. And even though he obviously didn't live to see what that brand has become today, he was in a place where he was doing what he felt was right, and he was believing and acting upon that belief that something could be possible. I find that when you live in this space, people are attracted to it because let's just be honest, most people don't live in the mindset of abundance, okay? So when you can break out of that mold that you're in, regardless of what your background it was or what the state that you're currently living in, as you practice believing beyond what you're believing right now, you'll find that other people are attracted to that as well, because all of a sudden you're starting to paint with color. And I always say that, you know, painting with color makes life a lot more interesting. I have always been involved in a lot of different things, probably too many things. I remember in college, I was involved in so many different activities, and I found that they were starting to overlap. And I just didn't realize that maybe you shouldn't be involved in so much in the choirs and in the drama and in ministries and, you know, everything. I mean, life was just so much fun in college. Why not be a part of it all? And I think that I have learned the wisdom as an adult that, you know, it's important to hone certain skills so that you can do well with them. I also know that being capable of a lot of things is exciting because people do want to be a part of what you're doing. And so something like doTERRA, when you can really make this field come alive and take natural solutions and make them understandable to the mainstream public, then people want to learn from you. So there's a lot of great things that you can do within this industry when you're really believing outside of the box and what is possible. So that abundance mindset, as we head into 2019, I always find that January is super unique. I mean, some people in January are just like, I got a 12-month plan and I know where I'm going. I know what I'm going to do, what my goals are. And some of us are just coming out of the fourth quarter with our heads spinning and we're like, oh, it's January. Wow, I just want to crawl under the covers and hibernate. I tend to fall personally a little bit into both camps. And I'll admit that January can be a tricky month for me mindset because I just came off of this high. My team experienced these great things in fourth quarter, and all of a sudden, things slow down a little bit. This is I guess technically it's my third January with doTERRA. I mean, I guess I bought my kit was my first January, so that one doesn't really count. But so this is really my second January, and I'm finding that January can be amazing. I mean, really amazing, because I find that I'm starting to, I have some time, really. My kids are back in school. We're into a routine again. I don't have a lot of major specials with BOGOs, all of that stuff. There's no Christmas activity going on. So I have some time to really cultivate and reach out to people I haven't talked to in a while. So I'm finding that it's an extremely rich, very rich month. So I can take these 31 days and spin it really special. So again, I'm taking that abundance mindset, thinking outside of the box, like how can I take a month that might drag me down and make it colorful? Okay, so you get to color in those lines and create this beautiful web of something that is special just for you, your people, your team, the team that you want to have, and all of that. So anyhow, my commitment to personal development has strengthened thanks to the leaders in my life that have encouraged me to do that. It wasn't something I ever focused upon, but with leaders like Becky Farrant, Bonnie Donahue, Jenni and Nathan, and several others of you that show me that you're committed to this, I too have been inspired to daily do some sort of personal development. I have found that reading books is something I do like to do. However, listening has been a great fit for me as well. I love Rachel and Dave Hollis. They have been really pivotal in my life and my development. I love listening to them on a daily basis and really find that they fill my cup. So when you find stuff that fills your cup, keep doing it. Keep going back to that same cup and filling up, and you're going to find that you are going to change, and you're going to change in a really amazing way. And in month 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, and 12, you're going to become this amazing leader that you don't even recognize. And that is a really awesome thing. I don't know if you guys have ever played the game dominoes before, but when you see those dominoes start falling and it can create this awesome shape, that's very much how your life is when you are pursuing intentional leadership development. Those dominoes start falling, and all of a sudden, this really cool thing happens where you're like, oh, it actually works. Has that ever happened with you, and maybe even possibly the essential oils, where you're like, oh wow, this stuff I sell, it really does change lives. It still catches me by surprise at times as well. So anyways, it's really important to me to just convey to you guys my excitement for this team, excitement for the vision that doTERRA has. I have, aside from my commitment to my family and my faith, I really have never been as excited as something as this. I believe in the leadership that we have. I believe in my team. I love my team. A huge shout out to Team Refuge. Thank you for saying yes to me. Thank you for committing to doTERRA, to yourself, to your families, to me. Together we inspire so many people to live their best lives, and I am excited to see what 2019 is going to bring. Thank you to the Yotes for asking me to do this video. You guys are great. Message me anytime. I love to encourage people, and I am always encouraged by you. You guys, thanks, and have a great Monday evening.